Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Only Football. Max Urbeinler and Michael Holder. Camera difficulties, so we're using the laptop's pixelated 90s camera. But anyway, we are going to get right back to it with the latter half of the group stages and then our knockout picks for the rest of the bracket. Mike, how you doing on this different day? Chose to wear the same sweater.
Yeah, well,
you didn't change, eh?
No.
Is it the same blue shirt you're wearing too?
Gotta keep it consistent.
Nice.
Gotta keep it consistent.
All right.
On to Group E, the Group Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, some might argue the group of death. I would not, personally.
No, not for me either.
Costa Rica, Germany, Japan, and Spain. And I guess Japan, maybe they could do something here. They could, Germany's, are they where they need to be?
Not yet.
But they're still Germany.
Well, we said that last tournament.
Well,
But
what, the
did you
Euros?
expect-
The Euros?
Oh, okay, not the Euros. Well, that too. But talking about the World Cup.
No, of course. I absolutely did not expect them to get bounced in the group stage in a very mediocre group.
And even I thought after that cruise goal against Sweden, I'm like, okay,
They're good.
they
Yeah, of
turned
course.
it
Yeah,
around.
of course.
Here they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is not. I guess it could be worse for either of these teams, Germany and Spain. But where do you want to start? Who do you want to start with?
Costa Rica, right off. do they have in the locker like they did in 2010? No. They have Keylor Navas, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Was it 2010 or 2014? When that tournament?
2014.
That was 2014.
He went to the quarters.
Yeah. What a tournament he had! My goodness.
The reason why they aren't as well, they still have Brian.
Mike, I think that was 2010.
No, it's 2014.
No, it was 2014.
It's 2014.
It was 2014. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. And the Dutch made the final.
Yes.
Yeah.
They lost to the Dutch in
yes, in the penalty. Yeah, when Krul came in, and then, they offer nothing for me.
What Brian?
But your boy Brian Ruiz.
He won't start. He won't start.
Impact sub.
He's their team. He was their key player when they went to the run. And
Killer Navas was.
Brian.
Buddy.
Brian.
No.
Brian.
No, it was not.
A lot of. They do have some new young talent, but they still have the big names from that World Cup still, right? Joel Campbell's still there. They have a lot of midfielders.
Joel Campbell.
He was good that World Cup.
That was the only time he's been good.
He didn't crack it with Arsenal, but
he tried with 8 other teams before Arsenal finally let him go. You
have them losing every game.
Yes, I do.
Every game.
Yes, I like Japan. I like Japan's squad. I do. I think if Japan was in a
different group,
5 other groups, I think I would definitely be maybe picking. Obviously considering them, but
with this,
if Japan was in the Dutch group, if they were in England's group, if they were in Argentina's group,
well, half the groups pretty much.
If they were in Canada's group,
they do surprisingly well at World Cups. They always
and
usually come out of the groups.
Listen, let's just go on Japan, and honestly,
Minamino, they still have
Kamada. Kamada's on fire this year.
Nagatomo,
buddy.
Yeah,
Daichi Kamada is smoking this year. It is unreal.
You have Yoshida at the back. He's solid. They still have Endo. Who else?
Tomiyasu.
Yeah, and Tomiyasu. That's who it is. They're not bad. They're not a bad team.
No,
I feel bad that they're in this group as well.
They might pull something. I'm not going to take them to. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not. But they could
pull something coming out of the group,
yeah.
Or just in one of the big games, teams like either Spain or Germany have a draw.
That could be enough.
They came seconds away from beating
that could be
Belgium last World
Yeah,
Cup.
that was mental. Yeah, I like that team. I really do. I'm very intrigued to see what they can do. But let's get on to Germany and Spain. Let's go with Germany first. Well, who do you got top in the group?
I have Spain.
So do I.
I have Spain, unfortunately.
So do I.
I do have Germany coming second, though.
Yes. So do I. I said that. I said I don't have Japan coming out, but I really do like them. So let's go to Germany then.
They gotta go with the youth.
But he has, and you know what? And in the first half of the groups, you're talking about England and Southgate not looking forward to like even future World Cups, about not even like taking certain players and like especially that back line, and not picking anyone. Flick has looked to the future as well. I'm not saying he's written his tournament off by any stretch. I don't think he should. The team has plenty of talent. They just they kind of limped into it when he first got there. They were on fire, and they with the Nations League group, which was a great group. I think they only won the once when they smashed Italy, but they picked up 4 draws, and they've kind of limped into this tournament a little bit. They kind of lost some momentum, but there's still bags of talent on that team. But I look at the likes of him picking up Bella Kotchap from Southampton, who's off to a great start there. It was a really nice pickup from Southampton.
I don't think he'll play though.
I don't think he will either. But you know what? He's getting that experience.
Yeah.
Right? And I like that. I like that a lot. And, obviously, Musiala, you cannot not bring him. Mueller's injured, but Musiala's right there.
Yeah, well, he's starting, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Like, even if Mueller was healthy, like, there's a toss-up there. Like, and I honestly think Flick would probably go with Musiala. He's more or less the guy who kind of gave him his start at Bayern.
At Bayern.
So I think he would have gone with that. And then he brings on Ndieme and Mukoko. They don't have Werner, and personally up top, I'm starting Mukoko. He'll be 18, like basically when his term starts.
False 9?
I would really. He'll be 18 on November 20th. So yeah, once the tournament starts, he's turning 18. First match is against Japan. It's one that you obviously cannot afford even to drop points in. But
yeah, because the second game is against Spain. You want to be going into against Spain, both teams having 3 and the other teams having 0. Just in case you do tie, you're still sitting good enough for the third game. And lucky for them, they have Costa Rica the third game. But as you know, World Cup group, you can't take any game for granted.
All right, but Mike, okay, so you're talking about this false 9. Germany's very intriguing, actually. Just like
I don't know what they're
speculating what they're gonna actually start with. Because 4-3-3 is an option. The 4-2-3-1 is definitely an option. Obviously, Kimmich and Goretzka are locks for me. But I mean, even why not?
Why not 4-2-1 formation?
Sorry?
In a 4-2-3-1 formation?
Yes.
Okay.
But. And I think that's what I would do. I think I would go with the 4-2-3-1 with Goretzka. Maybe Gundogan and Kimmich, just because Goretzka's been injured a lot, and he might not just be completely match fit. But then in the number 10 is Musiala, and then Gnabry and Sané.
On the wings? They're not going to put Havertz false 9?
No. Personally not. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But I would really give Mukoko a chance right now. He's in really good form, and he has been highly touted since he's been like 14.
Yeah.
But like this year, like last year, he was under Holland was there. He wasn't really getting in. I was even starting to think like, okay, like was he just like a flash in the pan in terms of like just youth football? But you're seeing it now, and he's coming in hot. That's me. That's my lineup.
And just go for the future and just get
that's my lineup
now.
And Rudiger and Schlotterbeck in the back. I'm starting to think of like their fullbacks and
Kehrer
and Rome, and David Rome had a great year last year.
Klosterman as well. He does usually play for them.
Yeah, but are you gonna? Klosterman generally plays in a back 3. He might set up in a back 3. 3 like a 3-4 or a 3-4-1-2 or a 2-1. But then you're not really utilizing Sané and Gnabry the way you normally would.
You have to give him more.
It's an interesting one in terms of like how he's going to sit up there, because when I look at their unless
do you put
Kimmich out wide?
You don't have Gozens either. No Gosens.
No.
No
Do you
flexibility.
put Kimmich wide?
You could, but
Like in like a 3-4-3? And then Rome? So like, so your three would be, I would say Schlotterbeck, Rudiger, and, I mean, take your pick, really.
Sule?
Maybe. And then Rudiger on the left. And then Goretzka and Kimmich, or Gundogan and Kimmich. And then Rome on the left and Kimmich on the right. And then Gnabry, Musiala as like a false nine.
No, I don't think you use Musiala as a false nine.
No, Mukoko. They're not using Musiala. Honestly, it's such a fucking toss-up.
I think they'll do 4-2-3-1.
And then Rome, Kimmich right back.
Just to squeeze in Gundogan
And Goretzka.
I think he would want one of the three to be a sub.
To be a sub, yeah.
To impact off the bench.
Yeah. So then, who the hell's playing? Kerr? I mean, Kerr's hasn't been great though. That's the thing.
Do you know Fulham?
I think maybe Kerr's gonna start. Sorry.
Fulham.
Okay, so yeah, he's
the number 9. They gave him a 9.
Yeah,
he has no appearances for them.
No, we know, but he's torching it for Bremen this year. He has like 9 or 10 goals. Guy's on fire. Guy's on absolute fire. I had no idea who he was until like 3 weeks ago.
Gave him the number 9,
which is interesting, actually. So is that the guy? I mean, like, I'm saying Mukoko because I know more about Mukoko, but like this guy, Fulrig, is smoking hot, and they give him the number 9.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's like you look at Germany has a history of this, where Klose doesn't really like raise eyebrows at club level.
Yeah. So the first World Cup, yeah.
Or these youth guys like Podolski comes on. Ozil, like that's when they really like got everyone's attention.
That was 06, right?
Yeah.
All these young guys.
But they had Neuville as well. That was a super sub off the bench. Like all these guys who they just kind of they turn up. They turn up. So I think he might be the guy. Anyway, Germany's a very intriguing prospect in this tournament. I have to say. As is Spain. And in the last episode, I don't really support them. But. They're also intrigued one. Obviously, David De Gea completely gets the snub. They pick Unai Simon, Robert Sanchez, and David Raya, which I think is a tad disrespectful.
Did you see Casillas' video?
No.
Oh,
no. What is it?
He has TikTok. I don't know why, but he did a joke that when Spain was doing the announcement, he was on his couch, and then after the 3 goalkeeper selections, he was disappointed. And I thought it was pretty funny.
That what? Did he make it?
No,
he didn't make it.
He didn't make it. He didn't make it. He was acting like, oh man, I should have got chosen, but I thought it was funny.
It's pretty funny.
They have a good overall team.
They do. I think Spain is a bit of a dark horse for me.
Yes.
7 in the back. Personally, I think you got to go with Laporta and Garcia. I like Pau Torres a lot, but Garcia's right-footed. Laporta and Torres are both left-footed, so you got to choose one.
They definitely shouldn't start Garcia.
Laporte, sorry. Sorry, they shouldn't?
No. Yeah.
Okay, they shouldn't.
They shouldn't, no.
I would choose Torres and Laporte, but are you going to...
Garcia's... He's so undersized, and he's not good enough...
To... Like Martinez, like Lisandro Martinez to actually earn that. I get that. These two teams are very interesting to me. But do you play 2 left-footed center backs?
No, I know Garcia will start, and I think it would be Laporte.
I would say so.
It's just what are they going to do up front? They have so many options.
They do. Midfield quickly.
They're going to do Gavi and Pedri.
Yes,
you know that.
Yes, absolutely.
I would do it, but they are going to do it.
What would you do? Busquets or Rodri?
I would do Rodri.
Listen, I would do Rodri as well, but you have to think about the way those 3 have been performing for Barca.
Just keep them together?
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I mean...
I don't think you can do that. I think you should be using Gavi or Pedri as a sub. Mm-hmm. I can get that.
Okay. Sure.
Most likely.
If you break up either Pedri or Gavi, I think you have to start Pedri. He has to start. Then, and you actually break out and put Gavi on the bench. Then I'd bring in Rodri. You've already broken up part of it.
Yeah.
Then bring in Rodri. But who are you playing over that?
The Barcelona trio.
Yeah. Llorente, hasn't really.
No,
Hasn't really
Rodri. I'm bringing up Busquets. That's the first person I'm breaking up, and like I have to see more from Gavi. I do.
I mean, I think it's fair, but honestly, look at that midfield.
I think they should be playing a 4-2-3-1. You don't need all three. And I know he hasn't played much this year, but I still like Ansu Fati.
I like Fati as well, but I mean, I don't think you can necessarily justify. And they set up in a 4-3-3 like that is how they play.
Nico Williams as well has been one of their key subs. So at least
that's gonna be a super sub.
Yeah, sure. But he subbed on every game.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty effective.
I don't think they're not switching to a 4-2-3-1. I don't think this is really in doubt like Germany is, in terms of like how they might set up. I think the 4-3-3 is a lock.
Just keep the Barca players.
And in which case, I wouldn't be opposed if I was supporting Spain them putting in Rodri, but Busquets has still been performing, and that is a core. That is a three that have been playing together for basically a better part of a year now.
Yeah. Who you playing up top then?
This is where it gets. Asensio has to start. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Torres done well. Because we're gonna keep the Barca. You might as well.
Sorry.
Ferran Torres.
Why am I thinking of this?
Olmo?
No.
Sarabia?
No. Sorry, I was thinking of some. Who the fuck was I thinking of? Asensio does not have to start at all. I was thinking of.
Yeremy Pino?
No. Sorry.
Carlos Soler?
Would you stop?
I'm
No, I was thinking of Valverde. I'm sorry. That was my mistake.
Uruguay.
I know.
Oh.
I was just thinking of Real's forward. Man, honestly, up top, it's just so unreliable. I would honestly start Fati.
Yeah, I know.
I would start Fati. I know he's been injured, but like, there's just so light up top. But you know what? 3 goals, 3 assists, in the league. That's enough for me, because you have to fill that 3, and he's the only person who's been doing anything in that front 3. Nico Williams sub, like super sub. I don't think that's not necessarily I want to rely on.
You're starting Morata.
Yeah, I guess reluctantly.
With Torres,
and Fati.
Honestly, I can see them doing Olmo.
Yeah, okay.
I can see him doing Olmo.
Yeah.
Sarabia last year, I would have for sure.
Yeah, I know, he's
not so much this year.
No, yeah, exactly. It's another tricky one. Selection headaches for sure. I'm going to take Spain to top the group. And Torres, like...
It has to be Torres. It has to.
Right? I like the Olmo call. No,
The more I look at this, it's just like... Yeah.
Fati, Olmo, and Morata? Why not?
Yeah.
Morata's been doing okay. He's been doing okay.
Okay, yeah.
Those are the ones for me, and I keep that Barca contingent in the midfield together.
Just I don't know, if I was a Real Madrid Spain fan, I would be livid. It's like, okay, we're not. This isn't like 2008 to 2012, right?
Yeah.
We can't they're not that good enough that all of them should be justified starting, in my opinion.
But I don't think the rest of the team's good enough to displace them. Rodri, yes, but still.
Oh well, we still have them both top in the group.
We do. Okay, on to Group F.
The
Canada.
Best group.
Wow, we are 20 minutes in. Like, really, those two teams, like, really just selection headache, man. Totally.
They're big teams. They're big names.
Let's open with Morocco. Let's do Morocco. Bottom of the group. I think we both agree on that.
Mm-hmm. No, man.
I rate more. I actually don't mind Morocco at all. I'm just like my bias. I just obviously has.
I think Morocco can beat Croatia.
Maybe.
They're not bad.
They're not, and Croatia's getting older.
They were seconds away from.
That's where the hope is for Canada. But no, Morocco's a good team. They are a good team. Yes, they were close.
They conceded like a 90th minute goal to Spain.
Yeah.
to lose it.
Yeah, that was a wild group.
They still have. I think they underperformed in the AFCON, didn't they?
They did.
That was a disappointment. So they probably want to come out
swinging.
Yes, or at least to show.
Ziyech, Hakimi,
Aguirre,
who's at West Ham, who had a great year at Hall last year, but he's just got back from injury, so. Saiss still hanging around.
Yeah, he's the captain.
He should be.
Mazraoui on Bayern.
Look where Wolves are without him.
Did they not take Adam Unas? Oh, they didn't. I thought they did.
It's
They didn't take Adam Unas. That's interesting. I like him. Oh, he's Algerian. That's
why. Anyway, Mike. I have to take him to come last.
You have to take him to come last.
I have to. So you're taking Croatia to come last?
No. Oh yes. I have Morocco third.
Canada.
Yeah, I took the bye. So I can't. This might be the only time I see Canada in the World Cup. I have to take.
It's not because they can walk to the World Cup next time, even if we don't get granted.
It won't be the same 40-18.
I know. That's what I mean. I know it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to Croatia then. Old.
They are old, and I know they had a great Nations League.
There's some youth there, though. There's some youth.
There is, but I think they're just gonna have a bad tournament. I just have this feeling, and I'm hoping it's a good gut feeling. But for me, it's
Lovro Meyer. I like.
What?
Vardiol at Leipzig. I like.
Yes, they have a great team.
Is it great? If it's great, you wouldn't have them finishing last.
Sorry, they have a good team on paper, I should say.
It's not attacking wise. It begs some questions. Kramaric, Orsic. It's
their defense level. It's older.
Yeah, apart from Vardiol.
Yeah.
It's light.
He can't do it all. He can't do it all himself.
And that's the thing. That midfield. It's arguably the best midfield in the group.
Over Belgium?
When I picked 3 players with Modric, Kovacic, and
Kovacic isn't the same Kovacic. He's injury prone. He hasn't played well for Chelsea this year.
No,
I don't think he's just gonna flip the switch.
Perisic bombing down the wing.
He's more like a forward though for them.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be.
He's always the one the left wide one, right?
He's gonna have to be, yeah.
They're not gonna play 4-3-3 like they did last World Cup, and I know they had success, but they like Lovren, Vida.
Yeah.
Like, can you really count on those guys at this age?
No, I know, and like is Modric? I mean, like Modric could just.
He could dominate against us, but I think like every game, I don't think he can.
No,
for that team.
That's fair.
On Real Madrid, he still can because the stars around him are still.
We want to draw Morocco, Croatia. That's what we need. We need to draw.
That's the ideal
outcome.
The ideal.
For sure.
Pretty much the outcome I base the groups on. But yeah, I have them coming last. I have Morocco making some noise, but I have us making a bit more noise.
All right, let's go to us.
What are we gonna? What formation are we gonna play? That's the question.
4-2-3.
Who's our starting 11?
Oh God, Mike. I mean, our back line is just so...
It's awful.
It's our center backs are terrible. Our center backs are terrible, and our midfield is... It's light.
We have the surprise factor, though.
It's light. I know. That's the thing, is that Herdman...
We have to, no one's going to take us seriously.
Yep.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
The Heat... I feel as though we will get...
Counterattacking?
No, I think it's we'll get kind of a second wind sort of thing, because it's Canada, we're used to cold, but now it's it's too hot. But I think the heat won't affect us as much. People would think it would.
It's an interesting take
compared to other countries.
We
all live for summer.
You can lump us into Europe in terms of our weather, so I mean, there's no difference there.
Come on, how many games you see in Europe with snow on it?
Yeah,
Not that many.
I get that, but
And
like
then you look outside every day, you see snow for 4 months straight.
yeah, but I mean, like our best players don't even live here, so
Yes,
so
they don't, but they grew up here.
So they'd be used to that. I don't know. I'm not really looking at the weather as
I see it that way. But
center backs really bad.
I think we'll score.
Oh, we're gonna be scoring. Believe
it's
that.
Just that.
Because yeah, teams won't take us lightly.
We're gonna score. It's just
and Herman rolls the dice. You know, like he's like happy like to really let loose on the break and like kind of leave us exposed. To be frank.
But we usually capitalize.
We have good finishers.
Miss in a way where we miss the net and it's not like a counter or like a last second tackle that.
We have good finishers, Mike. Eustachio's in pretty good form right now. I honestly, who I want to see start is Ismail Kone. I really want to see Kone start.
Beside Eustachio?
Honestly, like if yeah.
Are we gonna do a 3-4-3 again? With like Davies as the wing of the four?
Well, it would have to be. And then what?
And then Loré on the other side?
Yeah.
Buchanan would be up top of the three.
Yeah, Buchanan, David, and who? Oh, Laren.
Oh, yeah, Laren, yeah.
Yeah, and Laren. It's interesting. I honestly, I would. I think it's probably the best idea because like it's more, the midfield's more packed. You have Davies and Larea who can get up really well, Davies especially, but you know are also defensive minded. It's not like it's not like the liabilities defensively like Trent Alexander-Arnold is.
Yeah.
You know. And then there's more cover. We're going to play wide anyway. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be sending balls into the box and hitting on the break.
Yeah.
With that speed, right? Our center backs are so bad though.
I know.
They're so bad.
Should we play the 4-2-3-1?
And
4-3-3?
And not have three center backs.
Yeah, but we can have three midfielders.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah.
Is Hutchinson starting for us? Or is he sub? He's a sub?
No.
So is Mark Anthony Kay starting?
Kone. If we do 4-2-3-1, can we do Kone and Eustachio as a pivot?
Yeah. And then
I'd be okay with that.
And then who's our 10?
I'd be okay with that.
Who's our 10 then?
Could Laren drop into the 10?
No, he's a back.
More to the wing too.
No, he's
Buchanan.
like a forward striker.
But no, he plays off the wing sometimes too. Even at Besiktas, he would come off the wing sometimes.
Yeah.
Who would be our 10? I don't know, Michael.
Osorio?
Yeah.
I guess it would have
It would have to be,
Osorio,
and I'd be okay with that. If you did that, I'd be happy with that. And honestly, like the team's thin, and Kone has the potential. Like just put him in the shop window.
Yeah, I think it'll be one of our
and he has
subs for sure.
I think he should start. I'm not
opposed to that.
I genuinely think he should start because you know what? That's just another kind of trump card that maybe other teams wouldn't be expecting.
Yeah.
Is putting that youth in, but that youth that has that like we were talking with Germany, like Podolski and Ozil just like blew up on the scene like in that World Cup. Kone almost made that move to Norwich or Sheffield at the end of the transfer window.
For the World Cup,
and he played through the rest of the season. He's gonna make a move in January. Okay, 4-2-3-1. If it's Kone and Eustachio.
I know. I think we're scoring goals. I think we're scoring 5 goals.
I don't hate it, Mike. I don't hate it.
I think we're scoring.
5 is a lot.
I think we're scoring 5.
5.
1-2-2. I think we're scoring 1 against Belgium.
I think so too. I think we can score in every game. 1-2-2. I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go 1-2-1.
1-2-2.
Okay, Mike.
I'm believing in it.
Okay. All right. Great. I'm all for it.
We'll go to Belgium now.
Yeah, Belgium. And
the last run of their golden generation. It's the last.
I don't like it.
Dance.
I mean, they're gonna top this group. Just narrowly beating out Canada, who's also, I agree, coming second. But this defensively, we're talking about like a woeful defense in terms of standards. I don't buy it. Wout Faye, who's been doing quite well at Leicester. But Mike, it's just like it's ancient.
It's old.
It's so old, and
Castagna not in the best form.
I don't like it. And then What? I guess maybe some. Lukaku probably just
Witzel
coming
might
back
drop back there because he's playing there for Dortmund.
for Atletico.
Or
For Atletico, yeah,
sorry.
that's true. Honestly, that I would do that too. I would like you have him playing there in a very defensive system. Yes, please do, because I wouldn't even necessarily be picking him to start in the midfield anyway. With De Bruyne and Tielemans, and Den Donker. Like I don't know what are you gonna do? 3-4-2-1 probably. A 3-4-2-1 with De Bruyne in one of the two off the right.
And who's playing beside him?
Because he has been doing that anyway. Like
Trossard.
I'd be picking Trossard, I think.
Right or.
But
Carrasco?
I like De Ketelaere, but he hasn't.
Oh, they have Hazard, of course.
Which one? Who do you pick?
The captain. Do you know he's starting?
Thorgan? There's no fucking way he's starting.
You don't think he's starting?
He has no right to.
You don't think he's starting?
No.
No, I know you're saying you don't think he should start, but is he going to be starting game one? You know he is.
You know what? Maybe against Canada to get his confidence up. Because you look at that match, and if you're Martinez, I would look at that and be like, here's a match to get your confidence up. You have this match.
I guess.
And then we shred them.
De Ketelaere as well.
I love De Ketelaere. He has not hit the ground running at Milan. He's actually been kind of pushed back a little bit. And I'd be looking at someone like him. They're kind of thin to me, man. I don't like. I like.
They
them
don't have a lot of depth.
I like them to top this group.
Players, yeah.
I like them to top this group. I don't know if I like them to make it past the round of 16.
Well, if it's Germany or Spain, that's the only fortunate part.
Yeah, right. So,
Right? So
there
that's an easy reason why you don't see them going past.
yeah. Okay. On to Group G: Brazil, Cameroon, Serbia, Switzerland, which for me is the group of death. Mostly because
all three teams can. Besides Brazil, all three teams.
It's the second place. It's the second place that's open for me. Brazil's topping it for me. Obviously, you agree.
Yeah.
It's front to back such a great squad. You pointed out to me, and I didn't even really take in that they didn't bring Gabriel, which
shocking.
Yeah, but still, like I think it's a mistake. But
they really need
still
to bring Pedro.
Sorry, Pedro.
Yeah, he plays in Brazilian league, but he's ripping it up there, and they pretty much took him over Gabriel. But it's like, how many forwards they have? Do they really need like an eighth forward?
No, they absolutely do not.
So why wouldn't you take Gabriel?
No,
That's the shocking omission.
11 goals, 3 assists, 24 matches. Yeah,
but they love him in Brazil. They love him.
Okay, sure. They always bring one. They always bring one. Fred. They love Fred.
He's gonna start. Maybe not. Paqueta will probably start, but Fred will be consistent. Look, Fred and Casemiro when they start for Brazil undefeated. Right. So he might actually be starting.
He might just start. He might just be there, like match in, match out. And United fans will be scratching their heads while Brazil lift the World Cup.
No Firmino.
For Fred lifting the World Cup. As a consistent starter. I know, it's just like...
It'll translate great for Manchester United,
It's definitely
teach you guys how to win.
It's definitely in the cards. I think, they set up in like a 3-4-3?
So I've been hearing that they might, but I don't see it. With all that attacking power, you got to play to your attacking strength. So I think you got to do a 4-2-3-1.
Mm-hmm. Casemiro and Fred.
Don't break the mold. He's been playing Paqueta.
Yes.
In that pivot role too, which isn't that bad a suggestion. But at the moment, to start off the tournament, I would do Fred and Casemiro.
Just because they seem to love each other.
Don't break it up, right? If it ain't broke,
fair.
don't fix it.
I mean, the Gabriel thing is pretty well, but I mean, like their center backs are in really good form. I mean, Bremer, Militao, Marquinhos, who's got a little knock, it would appear, but he should be fine. And Thiago Silva, you bring him for that experience, and obviously, he's going to start too, right? Right?
He would have to. Yeah, he's in form.
It's such a good team. It's such a fucking good team. Who's starting up top?
For me, if I'm doing a 4-2-3-1, obviously Neymar in the 10.
Yeah.
I have Vinny on the left.
Yes.
And I think I gotta go Rafinha on the right.
I think I'd put Rodrigo on the right.
I would, because I like him more than Vinny, but if I'm actually going by form,
On the right though, no, I put Rodrigo on the right. I
I
played
know,
both.
I know.
And Jesus up top.
Gabriel? Yes. Gabriel Jesus, although I know Brazil fans
Aren't thrilled.
thrilled with him,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he does have to start game one there. But I do still think Rafinha over Rodrigo for the right side.
I think Richarlison really shows up for this team. And honestly, if Jesus doesn't really hit the ground running, or they kind of, struggle against Serbia,
Yeah.
I would get Richarlison back in there. He's hungry, man. He's hungry. He's hungrier than Jesus. He always has been. He always has been.
Right.
And think about what he did. Think about what he did. When was the Olympics? It was last summer. The guy played the Copa like every match, and then he went to whatchamacallit? He went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And he was great for them. He was great. And the guy puts his head down. Like he whinges, he whines, but if he's on your team, you love him. You love him.
He's never been on my team, so I've never loved him.
I back him. I really do.
You
and
do?
I think
I don't really like him.
I think he's definitely someone to that Jesus really needs to. Yeah, he's got to show it early. I think because
He'll lose his spot.
I think he'll lose his spot. Yeah. Okay, third place up for grabs. Let's go to Cameroon. Mike. All right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fan favorites here. And what are you thinking? Do you think they can pull something out here?
With Choupo-Moting in fine form,
Absolutely.
anything's possible.
Anguissa is in really good form for Napoli.
Playing game in, game out.
Yeah. Can they do something here? I mean, like, look at the Heat too, man. Like the Heat is always a factor. Are they deep enough? Do they have enough talent to actually?
Can be as well.
It's a really tricky group, man. It's a very, very tricky group.
Yeah, I think it's the most balanced group.
Absolutely.
That's what makes it the group of death, in my opinion. I forgot about Bruno on Brazil too. He might get in there.
Gomes.
Yeah, I think he'll get in there over Fabinho. But for Cameroon, I do still have them coming last. I was thinking of changing them to second.
I know it's a toss up.
For a quick second, because I forgot Choupo-Moting is from there. And when our strikers in form, they're in form.
Sure.
And he playing like Lewandowski at Bayern. Yeah. He is bagging goals and assists, left, right, and center. And especially in the last month and a half, he's just been on fire. But I still think as a team, they are the worst team in this group.
They are. Fuck, man.
But Onana could bail them out, though.
For sure. And that's the thing. It's like, as we were talking about, like, with the Dutch.
No one to bail them out. He could bail them out.
And, like, and as a team, like the team chemistry can be enough, man. Like, teams make runs. Proper teams make runs. Like, we're talking about Canada. Like, why the fuck not Cameroon?
I know, but there's usually at least one African team that makes it out.
And why not this year, especially in this blistering heat?
No, I'm saying just an African team that usually makes the round of 16, right?
Yeah, absolutely, of course.
I think last World Cup was the first time it didn't, right?
Yeah, maybe right. That was in Russia, though. Russia. It's different. Fuck, man. Honestly, Mike.
What do you have them? I have them come still fourth.
I'm going to take him third because I'm sticking to Serbia coming second.
I have Serbia second as well, but
I like the Serbian squad. Let's go on to them. Switzerland quick. Honestly, man, like Switzerland, they grind out results. They grind out results.
They know how to win.
They do. They love it. They know how to get out of the group stage. They know how to get out of the group stage. They do. Switzerland, Sommer for their sake. Hopefully he's back in time. He's been out for the last few weeks. It's gonna be late November, so he's gonna be.
That's why they took 4 goalies. They were one of the other teams to take.
They're very well organized defensively, and you got like Shar and Akanji there, and that's a solid 2 at the back. Granit Xhaka has been in really good form this year. Like it's pretty wild. Furler has not really done too much, but
Rodriguez is still not bad.
He's still kicking. Embolo,
Zakaria
up top.
Oh, and Bolo and Seferovic, right?
But you know what? Those guys can get starved up top, you know? And it really comes down to them winning the midfield battle, which they can. They can. I would bank Freuler to actually, you know, pick it up, you know, just by kind of fading away at Nottingham. Looked like a great sign for Nottingham, but he's kind of just been, you know, I think he's been kind of pushed to the back lately.
I don't see it's good for Switzerland that at least they got Cameroon first, but if they don't win that game, they don't come to the group.
No, fuck no.
And I have that game coming as a tie.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I think if they tie that game, they're just going to be defeated.
Lose both.
Right? Although they're also a team that was down 3-1 to France in like the 80th minute, 82nd minute. I don't even know. It was probably even later.
Yeah.
And they still managed to come back, win that game, right? But after that game, you know, it was a great result. But who did they play in the quarters?
Who did Italy?
It was Italy. Yep, you're right. I don't know. They have made the finals of the Nations League. They could do it in like sort of big tournaments, but like big tournaments they usually have one good result, or like they make the group stage and like put up a threat, but they don't really have what it takes. And I think although this is an even group, for some reason I just have them coming last in this group. Yeah, and Serbia coming second.
Yep, I'm with you. I like Serbia. You know, Mitrovic, we'll see. 50-50.
They still have Vlahovic.
He's going to be healthy. They still have Vlahovic, but I think, you know, Mitrovic is definitely way more in form and always has, even when he's been down in the championship, would still always perform for them.
I think look at Jovic too. Like, I know he's not
no.
Like, the same as Jovic with
There's
Frankfurt.
threats. And, you know, if Kostic, you know, Kostic is going to be whipping them in.
Tadic.
I'm looking at Savage, you know, winning that box, like that midfield battle.
They're good.
They are good.
I like this.
They are good. Nikola Milinkovic has picked it back up again for Fiorentina. It's been really kind of like a roller coaster career for him, but now like it looks like he's back on the upswing, and for Serbia right at the right time.
It's just their defense is what's questionable, right?
It's questionable.
And I think if they were in like the top half of the groups, like groups A to D, they could be a quarterfinal team.
Right.
But I think that's just the fact that even if they get out of the group, they have to face another tough group. Whoever wins that group, because I don't even know who's going to win that group. I have a surprise for you in that group, but
I think maybe so do I.
I think they manage. It all depends on their first match against Brazil. If they don't get battered, I think they'll be fine. But if they get battered, I don't know if they'll recover.
I think they could. I think for me, you have to look at this like, you know, Brazil are the favorites, and obviously you don't want to get battered. But, you know, even if they do lose by 3, which I don't think they will. I don't think they would. I think they can, you know, kind of just water off a duck's back and just, you know, get on with their day. Okay, Group H, let's wrap it up and then get into our knockouts. Ghana, Portugal, South Korea, and Uruguay. Let's talk about the Ghana. Again, not many. There are names on this team. Okay, we got Thomas Partey, obviously. Kudus, who is absolutely ripping it for Ajax right now. Who else we got? So there are a couple names here for sure. But again, this is a team. Jeffrey Schlupp, let's never forget. Okay, he's still putting in work. Tariq Lamptey, nice. I like that. And then the Ayew brothers. And Naki Williams just made the switch in September.
So Lisu as well.
But Mohamed Kudus is really, for me, who, you know, teams have to fear right now. The guy's absolutely torching it, and he's a young gun. What is he? He's 22. 22, 5 goals in the Eredivisie alone. Bagged a couple, maybe a few in the champs as well.
And Naki Williams, I still find that.
I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued by Ghana in this.
They're also highly motivated. It would have been sweet if the game against Uruguay was the first game of the group. It's the last game of the group, but it's a revenge game, and I think that game is going to mean like something for like them only. Like I think that like when they saw this group, obviously making the World Cup a great thing, you want to make it out of the group, but when they saw that they could have a redemption against Uruguay, this is what they're playing for. So even if it comes to the last game and they have no chance of making it, they're gonna ruin Uruguay's day.
Context is that handball
I think we all know the context.
knocked them out.
they I know, and
It was his teeth. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I'm definitely intrigued by them. Let's go on to Uruguay. Speaking of which, and there's some players there, but some older players. Obviously, they have Darwin Nunez.
It is older.
And you have Valverde and Bentancur. I think that's definitely your core, and it's what you need to look out for. But I think defensively, they're not what they will be what they have been. But in the sense of they're not as resolute, the defense is older. It's not, to me, it's not as reliable. And especially I was watching them play against Canada, and we were all over them. They beat us 2-0.
They got a clean sheet.
They beat us 2-0.
They weren't looking good, and they got a clean sheet. They know how to win. They've done it before.
Beat Canada. It's Canada, and a friendly where they played a lot of their players. And frankly, I'm not impressed by this team.
You're not?
No.
Really?
No, I'm not. No, they're touch and bottom for me.
Touch and bottom, so they're coming third for you. Right?
They could. I haven't decided.
You're deciding on the spot?
I haven't decided. But if my first two reviews of this group are any indication, I think you know who I have coming second.
Portugal.
Right?
No,
I have Portugal winning the group.
Oh.
I still have Portugal winning the group.
I have Portugal coming second.
Okay. And what you seem to really be?
I think Uruguay's winning the group.
You think Uruguay's?
It's just like an ugly group. It's especially with like the Ronaldo news coming. It's just like I think Portugal team is kind of an ease right now.
I don't think they give a shit. I think even like the likes of the rest of the team certainly don't give a shit. The likes of Delo and Bruno, I'm sure they can see it for what it is in terms of what's going on with Ronaldo United, and in the sense that it's the end of his career. And yeah, obviously he did not need. Like I disagree with a lot of what he said, and it's too bad 'cause I really stuck up for him for the most part. And this is like really unnecessary. But he did point out a lot of things with United in terms of, them not updating anything like since he left, and those are like we've known this as United fans. But I don't think it's going to bother those two, and the rest of the team will not give a shit. They'll probably be laughing about it. They'll probably be laughing their bags off.
You think he's just is he bigger than the club?
No one's bigger. No, absolutely not.
He's not bigger than the club?
No.
I think him and Messi have earned that right, and I think Sir Alex has earned that right as well as a manager.
No, Sir Alex. Listen, I don't think I care about this, and we can talk about this another day. When we have less to get through, and we have.
You're not impressed with this Uruguay team? I think they can do it, man. This is not a bad team.
I'm not.
It's a bit older up top, but
it's older up top, but Bentancur and Valverde I like, but that's it for me.
The defenders aren't that bad. Muslera's like the Uruguayan Ochoa.
Cotes.
He's always there.
Jose Jimenez is kind of fallen off a cliff for me. Is Arujo going to be healthy?
Araujo. Yeah, he's still going to start, I think.
I'm not having it. I think third at best.
Third.
I think third at best. South Korea.
Is the question with this is
what, Son?
Yeah.
Is that that's the thing. Is that all you can really rely on? Like, even if Son was perfectly healthy,
the team feeds off him.
What?
Like he is the focal point.
Well, they're a question mark for me. I just don't know enough about South Korea.
They do well. In the group, they don't just.
They don't wilt.
Point. Yeah, I know. They have 3 points, 2 points. Like they get results. They get like 2 ties or a win, right? So who is that winning going to come against? I as well don't know as much about them.
They're last for me. Uruguay can have third.
Wait,
Uruguay can have third.
Did he not make the team? Oh, there he is. Okay. Whew. It's hard to tell with them because you don't know if they're going to be good or bad. I do have them coming third though. It depends on Son though, because Son is good enough to just win a game by himself. And if they showed even that they have nothing to play for in last World Cup, they still gave Germany a run. Obviously they beat them,
They won.
but they didn't just lie down and say, okay, like we're out of the group, we can't come second or first, but
No pressure.
we're gonna play
There's
for
no
pride.
pressure there.
You think there's a pressure to crumble?
There's no pressure in that match though. Germany fucked it.
Do you have them coming fourth?
Yeah.
Okay. I have them coming third.
And you've Ghana last. I disagree.
Okay.
Ghana's coming second.
You have second and Portugal first?
Yeah. Yes, I do. And I like the Portugal squad. Jota's obviously a big miss. But I like this team. I like them going to the Euros. They kind of disappointed then.
I think they're disappointed again.
The thing is that, you're talking about Ronaldo. Santos is kind of the issue here for me.
Yes, especially because
Their manager.
I wasn't mad with the Euro performance as much, but I was more mad at the Nations League against Spain when they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
And the team he fielded and the subs he made. I think he kind of has like Southgate vibes.
Yeah.
Where he trusts certain people and people who are informed that should be playing aren't.
No, you're right.
Playing.
No, that's fair.
And that's where I obviously I think their team is good enough to make it out of the group, but I don't see them
Going much further.
that's
you're right.
I don't see them making the semis.
There's
I think
been
quarters is like their
Agreed.
is where they
I would
get out.
I would agree.
And it's not obviously yet.
Maybe not even. Maybe the round of 16 because
It was surprising round of 16.
because honestly because of him. Because of him. Southgate vibes it's not a bad show. I really like that team, but again, I really like England's team or what England's team could be. The thing is that I think he picks a squad that like I can actually look at and be like I like what you picked. Southgate doesn't even do that for me based on what he has available. Yeah. Anyway, okay, let's get on to our knockouts, buddy. And let's wrap this bitch up.
So we're just going around to 16?
Round of 16, start at the top here. Just gonna...
Netherlands versus...
See, this is kind of tough because we have different shit. Yeah. Okay, so how the fuck... Okay, so you have Netherlands versus... Wales. And you are taking...
Netherlands.
Okay, we don't really have to discuss that too much. I have...
Netherlands versus...
Wales. Actually.
Oh, right, yeah.
Actually, yeah. Yes, okay. So we'll stick to that, and 1A will be moving on over 2B. And then we got 1C, which we both have Argentina, against 2D, which we both agree is Denmark.
Yep. Argentina.
I like Argentina to make a run here too. I think it's gonna be that could be an interesting match though. Denmark's not rolling over by any stretch, but I think we're good there. Okay, okay, and then we got 1E versus 2F.
So we both have Spain. And we both have Canada.
We both have Canada.
So we're good so far.
Yeah, I know it's gonna get choppy soon.
Obviously, this is where the fairy tale ends for Canada.
That midfield, that Barcelona midfield, is gonna be too much.
Too much? No. We'll score a goal.
I honestly, I know. I like this
3-1.
score.
3-1.
Why even give Spain 3 goals? Really? Why even give them 3 goals? The way they fucking play.
A lot of the ball.
No, you know what? No, I'm gonna go 1-0.
We're not gonna score?
No, because you know what? Spain will be like, oh fuck, all right, it's time not to fuck around. It's time to play. It's time to hold the ball. Hold the ball. We're not giving them the ball, and we'll get them eventually.
We'll get them the 70th.
We'll get them eventually. Yeah.
Slow break.
Oh yeah, yeah. And man, we'll just be going like at halftime 0-0.
We're gonna have a smoke and we'll be like, we're in this. We're in this.
All right. Okay. Okay. 1G 2H. So Brazil.
Yeah.
I have Ghana. You have Portugal.
Portugal.
You're definitely taking Brazil.
Portugal.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding. Brazil.
Sorry, what did we just talk about? Fernando Santos, what?
Yeah, Brazil.
And that'll be the end of Ghana. But I do like that squad.
Ghana, Brazil, it's gonna be a blowout.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
In your bracket, I would hope. It's 3-0 easy.
I like that Brazil. I have them winning. Spoiler alert, but I've had them winning for the last 2 years. I think like 2 years ago. Okay. 1B 2A.
Yep. So I have England. You have Iran.
But I also have Qatar.
Oh, Iran, Qatar. Yes.
I have Iran, Qatar. Lest we forget. And I'm going with Iran.
You think they're gonna the money's in? But at that point, if Qatar makes round of 16,
against Iran,
the money is in. They want to see that host team go as far as they can.
You're right. You're right.
It's your.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I have them coming out of the group stage, which is like the tough part, and then you draw Iran.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna win.
And you gotta write Qatar. Yes, but yeah, that's
02 vibes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a shoddy pen. Yeah, Qatar. You're absolutely right. And sorry, you have England and Senegal, and you have
England.
You have England.
Yeah. I don't think they'll blow it against Senegal.
No, I know. If I had them topping the group, I have them. If I had them topping the group, I would have them beating Senegal, just in a 1-on-1. 1D versus 2C. So Mexico and
Spain.
France.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
France. Bye Mexico. See ya.
Yeah. This is typical. Is this
typical?
The year?
Is
typical them making it.
But
losing round of
16.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I know it's not even typical. It's just like
it's
a holding pattern.
It's
yeah.
the last 5, right?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I think that hilarious.
1F versus 2E.
Belgium, Germany for both of us, right?
Yeah, I have Germany. I think honestly,
I still think Belgium will win this. I think it's just De Bruyne will have that type of game where you just.
I think it's easy to isolate him at that point. It's just,
is it?
Yeah.
You can't isolate him though.
But the way Germany play as well is that they're good going forward and back, and they can hit on the break. And Belgium will expose themselves eventually.
I don't think this game Belgium loses.
I think Germany's got this actually. I truly do. Bias aside, I really do. The only bias coming here is with Canada. And was it bias? We'll see. And then 1H2G, which gives us Serbia and
Portugal for you.
Portugal for me. And
it's Uruguay.
Serbia for you.
No, it's Uruguay.
And Serbia for you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Serbia, Portugal. I'm going to Serbia. They did.
I have Serbia over Uruguay.
And you know what? It's kind of in the stars as well. For like a rematch based on the qualification for this tournament.
Oh yeah, for your bracket, I think Portugal's. I don't think Portugal will lose against Serbia in that sense. But I did easily forget that Portugal had to take the long road to get to the World Cup.
And a lot of questionable Santos mistakes in that as well. I'm going to stick with Serbia. And you're taking Serbia over Uruguay.
Uruguay, yeah. That's where it runs out for Uruguay.
All right, okay. So then, in that case, we have... I have Qatar. Sorry, yeah, right? Qatar and Argentina?
Yeah, and I have Netherlands, Argentina.
Okay, that's going to be 4-0 Argentina.
2-0. But Argentina, yes, I have winning over Netherlands. And going to the semis of the World Cup.
Okay. And then now I'm just looking at TBDs and TBDs now, so it's kind of fucking in the head for a sec.
The winners of Group E, which is Spain.
Yes.
And then I have Brazil.
And so do I. And I will take Brazil to beat Spain.
Yeah.
Because as I spoiled it, I am taking Brazil.
And I have Brazil beating Spain as well.
Yeah. Okay.
For me,
I think it's gonna be comfortable.
I have England, France.
But I think Brazil beat them comfortably. By
really?
2, a 2-0. Brazil's more defensive than than people. Well, I mean, they have been for a while, but that some people give them credit for.
Like, who has the best defense?
Obviously, you guys know what you're talking about. Who has the best defense in the World Cup? I mean, you could argue Brazil. You absolutely could argue Brazil, and the way it's set, they don't concede, man.
Yeah, they've only lost twice under Tite, right? Once was that Copa America.
Yeah.
And the other one was against Belgium. Undefeated every other game.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
at least when he's been in charge.
Other side, 1B, 2A. So you still have England.
France.
You have England, France, and I have. Who the hell do I have? If I have France, then I would have.
You have.
Help me. Help me, please.
You had Qatar.
Yes.
And then France.
No, Qatar would be playing. No, I had Qatar.
There's runners up in Group A.
Oh my god, so I fucked up. Sorry, so I had the Dutch and Argentina. I also have Argentina beating the Dutch. Sorry, so no.
You have Qatar, France.
I have Qatar, France. Sorry, that'll be 4-0. Okay, yeah. And then, and you have France against England. What's your score there?
It's a closer game just because it's France-England.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying 1-0 France.
I can see 1-0. I can absolutely. I'm gonna go 2-0, based on the fact that France will bag one late when Southgate finally has to open up.
But when he did open up against Germany, they played better.
Germany were out of sorts. That was a shell of Germany.
I don't know, the fans. They'll have the fan support.
And then that means we have Serbia and I have Serbia, Germany. You have Serbia, Belgium.
Yeah.
Fuck, I guess I have Germany making the semis. I didn't expect this going into it.
I had Belgium.
I have to say, I was just going as we were going here, and I did not actually, by any stretch.
See,
maybe Serbia is my dark horse.
When we get to the knockout phase, in real time World Cup, we'll do this again, obviously, with the sets.
Maybe Serbia is my dark horse.
I don't think they have what it takes to get to the semis.
No, neither do I. I would say, honestly, they have what it takes to beat Belgium, but not Germany. I think Germany's just front to back better. No bias.
So you have Germany making that semis?
I do.
And I
do. Fuck, I didn't really actually have France. You know, it's just the way the sides broke down. And we'll see what happens with the group winners. Because, if Denmark wins that group, it completely changes everything. It changes everything. And that actually lines you up for France, Argentina in the round of 16. That would be spicy though. One side, honestly, like Argentina, Brazil in the semis. I would rather it be Argentina and Brazil
Final?
and France, Germany coming from separate sides.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I'd want. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna go France, Brazil final, and Brazil would win.
I Brazil.
So I've Brazil beating Argentina.
I have the same then.
I honestly didn't, by any stretch, when just thinking about it, like Germany making the semis and even France making the finals. But it's just the way the chips fell. Like really in my mind, like Argentina and Brazil is the final, and not because of some amazing story. I personally think, just based on form and just where they've been for the last couple of years, just how consistent they've been.
Argentina is
both of them, but especially Brazil for longer, which is why I'd edge it to Brazil. But just defensively, being sound and finally getting that aspect of the game back together for both of them, especially Argentina. In my mind, they're the top two favorites, and they are. I think actually when you look at the bookies now, I think maybe Argentina's maybe gone to second. I could be wrong there.
I think Belgium's still second.
No, Belgium's never second. England's been second for the longest time.
Oh, have they?
Or France, sorry. Brazil, France, then England. But anyway. We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
We both have Brazil winners.
We'll be back. We'll be back next week. Maybe midweek. Maybe Mike can do a Wednesday. Be nice.
Yeah, Belgium's still second.
What site are you on?
FIFA.
Oh, buddy. I'm talking about bookies. I'm talking about
bookies.
Rankings.
Oh.
I'm talking about rankings, buddy.
Yeah, it's okay. England's second.
England's third, I think.
Oh, they moved to third now?
No, I think they were always third. Anyway, rambling. This is a long day for us. In case you didn't notice, we just did 2 episodes back to back, and they weren't live, so we're posting them on Thursday. This was Monday.
Yeah.
And today is Thursday. Okay. Yeah. Anything? You good?
Oh well, the World Cup's here. It's finally here. Let's see what it is. Hopefully it's good.
It's the World Cup.
I just, yeah, I'm excited now. Now that it's the week of, I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully we can do next Wednesday after Canada play. All right. Till next time.
See.